Hello, Kilo. I'm Mr. Hoskins, and this is Miss Forbes, and we're here to give you some tips and tricks to get you ready to take this English 1 or English 2 EOC. So I'm going to go first and just kind of give you a little bit of a layout on what you need to do to pass, and then Miss Forbes is going to give you some tips to help you while you're taking the test. So first and foremost, whether you're a freshman or a sophomore, the most important thing you need to know is this. There's going to be 92 possible points you can get on either the English 1 or English 2 EOC. Out of those 92 possible points, what you need to get to never take this again, that means meet level 2, is get about 52 of those 92 possible points. The reason why we say about 52 is because depending on what phase and plan, and I know that's going to be foreign to a lot of you, it might be 50, it might be 55, but about 52 points we can surely say is what you need to do whether you're a freshman or sophomore to meet level 2. So how do you get about 52 points? Well, this is how your test is going to look. It's laid out the same whether you're taking English 1 or English 2. So you're going to have 28 reading comprehension multiple choice questions. Those multiple choice questions, as well as your editing and revising multiple choice, are all going to be worth 1 point apiece. So you know you need about 52 as you're taking those multiple choice. Each one that you know for sure that you got right, maybe give yourself a little mark. And then that way you can keep track because you know you need 52 about to never have to take it. Multiple choice worth 1 point apiece. You will also have to write 2 little paragraphs known as short answers. So those are those 10-line boxes. Those are worth a total of 9 points apiece, depending on which score you get. So 9 times 9 for both of those, that's 18 possible points for those short answer responses. Multiple choice, only worth 1 point apiece. Take those short answer questions the most seriously. And then last but not least, you're going to have an essay, which is going to be worth a total of 24 possible points. So that's the biggest area to get your points. So really take your time on the essay. So that's how you pass. That's how your test is going to look. Toss it over here to Forbes to give you some tips and tricks.
All right, so there's so many different parts of this test as we just heard. So there's different tips and tricks we have for each section. Let's talk about short answer questions first. Those are the ones that go in the 10-line box. Remember that no matter how stressed you are for time and you think, I don't have time, I'm not going to plan, I'll just skip that part and start writing in the box. Please don't do that. Take your time, plan it out the way you know how, which is with your 4-square organizer. It's very important to pick your text evidence, get your answer ready to go, have your explanation and your context before you start writing in the box so that you'll crank out a really good short answer question response. The next one that's super important is your essay. 24 out of 92 points. That is huge. So should you plan that one out? Yes, I think we need to take the time to plan that out. So whether you're writing the expository essay if you are taking the English 1 test or the persuasive essay if you're taking English 2, please take the time to follow your plan that your teacher has shown you. Whether it's 4-square or index cards or your flow map, whatever you've learned, take the time to plan it out before writing in that 26-line box. With revising and editing questions, those are the ones that are about grammar or making the sentence a little bit better. Those, my best piece of advice for you is use a dictionary. Please, this is the only STAR test you get to use a dictionary on. Yes? Yes. Please take the time to use a dictionary. When you get to a word you don't know how to spell, or if it's asking you the different forms of your, or their, or its, and you're not sure which one it is, raise your hand, get a dictionary. The teacher will bring you one, and now you've got some of the answers to the test just by using the dictionary correctly. So take the time to use your dictionary. And with your multiple choice questions that go with reading, read the questions first, take your time, summarize each paragraph as you go through when you're reading, take annotations. Anything you've learned in class that you've been doing all this time, do that still the day of the test. Don't forget everything that we've taught you when you're sitting in front of the test. So try your absolute best, breathe, don't be stressed. It's 5 hours of your life. If you do all the things we've talked about, you'll never have to spend 5 more hours of your life taking STAR, at least the English
And
STAR.
remember, Kilo, if you believe, you can achieve.
That's beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, Miss Jones, what time is it?
EOC English!
Woo! STAR time. You know, you were there last night. We presented to the school board.
These kids were amazing. And the teachers it was too much. It was amazing.
So we were asked to present to the school board last night about some awesome things we're doing at Killa. And one of the things we bragged about was actually star scores
Mm-hmm.
and how we are always in the top of the state. And really, pretty much. Pretty much. We hate to leave the other schools in the dust.
Yes.
But really, there's two reasons why that is. One, because you have really great teachers
Yes.
that work incredibly hard
Yes.
to make every lesson exactly what you need.
Perfect.
So that's half of the equation. The other half that I'm always so proud of, and I talked about last night, is how hard our kids work.
Yes.
I mean, they really do work hard. They bring it. So we need you to bring it when you test. This is why. Not for me or for Miss Jones,
No.
but to make yourself proud and to pass. So you don't have to go this summer and you don't have to take classes where you need help.
Mm-hmm.
But this is what I know. No matter what, whether you pass or you don't, I know that 99.9% of our kids do their best.
Yes.
And that's all we could do.
That's all we asked for.
There were things in life I didn't pass. How about you?
Absolutely.
And if I didn't,
But I made it.
if I didn't give it my best, that's a whole nother issue. But if I gave it my best, you gave it your best.
Mhm.
And so that's what we need.
Yes.
You're going to give it your best. So
Right.
let's talk about some things you're going to need to know. Pay attention. Have a pen out, whatever you need. I would write some notes
Right.
because this is your future. Because remember, you have to pass these to graduate high school. And we really want you to pass them here because you are with teachers that are teaching this subject. They know this test.
Right.
They know these TEKs. When you go to Maine, they're teaching 11th and 12th grade. They don't know the 9th and 10th as well. Doesn't mean they're not greatness, but they don't know it as well. So I want you to do really good right here.
And here's one thing to remember. Miss Wadey puts this PowerPoint, so I don't want you to like frantically write and like, oh my gosh, I missed that. Can we rewind it? The PowerPoint is going to be on the website, so that's a good thing. You'll have all this information. So let's just focus. We're going to focus all this.
That's a good point. So really listen if it helps you to jot a few things down.
Questions down.
Questions. And teachers, you're welcome to email. Like, take all the questions from your class, email them, and we'll make sure to
We're
address
going
them.
to answer.
So Tuesday, March 29th is English 1.
Yes.
Then we have nothing. Wait,
It's a makeup. It's weird, but we voted.
that
to do
is
this.
weird. That
We
is
voted
weird.
to do this.
So, English 1 is Tuesday.
Mhm.
If for some reason you are just dying sick, you can make it up Wednesday. And then the 331 is Thursday
Mhm.
for English 2.
And then we get a half a day for one. That's why we don't have a makeup right there. Because that's at early release, April 1st. That's why we can't make up at the end. April 1st, early release.
So Tuesday is English 1, 9th grade. Wednesday's makeup, in case you missed Tuesday.
All right.
Thursday is English 2.
And there is no makeup for English 2.
If you do not take English 2, you don't take it to the summer.
Woo.
So, I'm just saying, that means I would come pretty
I'm
much,
coming.
unless if
I'm
I
in
have
the
something
hospital.
contagious that I'm going to give to everybody, okay? So, there's that. Before the test, what do you need to know before the test? You know, you're going to take tests the rest of your life. I took a test to be a checker at Tom Thumb. I took a test to be a principal. I took a test to be a teacher. I took a test to get to college.
Yes.
You were an accountant before, you took a test
Yes.
to be an accountant. Lawyer, doctor, nurse, you're going to take tests. So what we're sharing with you is like the secret to all testing right here. Get ready. Get a good night's sleep. You need to make yourself get a good night's sleep.
Yes.
Don't have your technology on. You know, they say it takes your brain 45 minutes to shut down from that blue light. I kind of try to get off the phone at 9 or get off my computer because it takes
Settle
your
down.
brain that long to
Mhm.
think it's not daylight because of that light. Eat a really good breakfast. That is not the day to skip breakfast. This is important. When I've taken tests, I took my superintendent's test while I was married, and I told my husband, I don't care what I do wrong the day I take this test, because I'm sure it's going to be something, because I do a lot of things that are crazy, I guess. I want you to only say, good luck, honey.
You're going to have a great day.
You're going to have a great
You're
day.
good.
There is no drama on
Yes.
testing day. Don't break up with the boyfriend, the girlfriend. Don't get in a fight with
Don't
the
read
parents.
crazy text messages. Get off Snapchat. Don't look at it.
No
Yes.
drama, because your brain needs to be focused.
Yes.
Get to school on time.
Yes.
You know, something happens when you're running late. You're anxious.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, if they started the test. Oh my gosh, there's no makeup. That's the day to be early, okay? And it's extremely important that you are here and feeling well. You know, I went on vacation over spring break, and my ears were hurting a little bit before. I went to the doctor
Yes.
because I was not going to be sick.
On vacation.
This is kind of like that. Like, if you feel yourself getting sick, you need to sleep, you need to drink lots of water, take hot showers to drain your head. You need to do whatever you need to do. Go to the doctor. That's kind of what this is. It is like the Super Bowl. Beyonce would not have been sick on the Super Bowl. Would have changed the whole show
Yes.
for her not to be out there.
Chance of a lifetime.
Chance of a lifetime. You have to do well, so take care of yourself. Come ready to work hard the entire time, and check out several books. You can only read or sleep after the test, and you can't read on your iPad or a Kindle or Nook or whatever. Phone. No computer stuff. So check out several books. Another great strategy, dress in layers. Like Miss Jones has on layers today. I don't. This would be a bad thing to wear testing day. I can't take anything off if I'm hot. I can't. She could take her vest off if she got hot. Well, I'd bring a sweatshirt because you could be in a really cold room,
And
or
you can't control the temperature. Your teacher cannot control the temperature.
you could be in the Sahara Desert.
Yeah.
And that's happened.
Mhm.
So dress in something you could take off the vest or off the sweatshirt. Remember, you have to pass these tests to graduate, so you definitely want to take them seriously. And oh my gosh, you've got to manage your time. It makes Miss Jones and I cry when we find out someone worked on their whole essay and didn't have time to write it in the
In the
test
booklet.
document.
Because that's the only thing they're going to grade.
It doesn't matter how much I thought about it if I don't get it on that paper. So please, I just beg you. You have breaks. You're going to have lunch in the room. Breaks use your time. So if you go to the potty or something, you better be fast. There's no stopping the clock. So things you need to know. This is me.
I'm coming up.
There's only certain things your teachers can say the day of the test. So if you say, I don't know what this question says, they are going to read a statement. It's a script. And that is all they can say. So you cannot say, but I don't understand. They are going to read it again. It is not them being mean or hateful. It is. That's all they can read. So just please know that. All you're going to have to do is use your head, do your best, and go on. One time there was something wrong with the test.
Yes.
There was. There was something wrong with the test. And the kid kept saying that. All we can do is say this, even though we believe you. We can't look at it. Nothing.
Right.
So.
And that's what happened. Somebody kept asking, did you look at the test?
We can't look at the test.
Right.
We can't talk about the test. We can't peek over your shoulder. I can't look and go, you're right, that is wrong. So just know that, please. And be sure that you work toward making as high of a grade as possible. Accommodations are going to be available. Your teacher cannot make you use them. You're going to have to get them. I'm going to let you talk about these for a second because I want to make sure. But you will have things that Miss Jones
So
can
you'll
talk about.
have stuff like this. You have Post-its that you can use.
But I have to ask for them, right?
But you have all of this stuff that I'm about to tell you about is going to be on your teacher's desk. And then you have to say, I need Post-its, I need earplugs, I need my overlays. You'll have, these are colored overlays. Y'all use this in English all the time. Okay, you put it on your little paper like this so you can read. Everybody knows their colors. You'll have index
Some
cards.
of you, they don't matter to.
Yeah.
But when
Some-
they do, I've
want
heard kids say, oh my gosh, that stops the words from moving.
It's the best thing ever.
So, you'll have to ask for them.
Right. Then you have index cards because some of y'all like it's too much. It's overwhelming when you see that much. So you want to cover up some things. And you're like, I want to cover this part up. I just want to focus on this. Then I'm going to focus on this part. So you'll have this available. Then, of course, you'll have your handy dandy highlighters. So those are super
I
important.
never had highlighters.
I love
Yes,
highlighters. It's the
love
best thing ever.
highlighters.
Okay? And then, ta-da, right here. Vanna White says, please use your dictionary.
Ta-da!
Please.
We beg
Who
you.
lets you use a dictionary on English test? We do. Use it. Please, that's important. And then these. I'll let you talk about these.
You know, I don't know that there's any other schools in the state of Texas that buy their kids two things. I buy these every year for y'all.
Mhm.
They're earplugs. When Mr. Plunkett, who's my boss, and I took the superintendent's test, he said, could you please bring me some earplugs? And could you please bring me the good luck pencil? And we were like in our 40s.
I know.
Like, it doesn't matter if you're 14 or 40. This pencil right here is important. So the earplugs, use them. But let me tell you a little hint. Guys, don't just put them like this.
Stick out your ear.
It really does crack me up when I see kids with like this.
Mhm.
Stick it out. You have to squeeze them, put them in your ear, and then they expand. So here it is, squeeze, and then they expand and seal your ear. I would use these. So I don't hear Miss Jones sniffle,
Right.
so I don't hear the door shut and open, so I don't hear anything. So I buy you these. Nobody else buys you these. I'm not required to buy these for you. Then they come in this handy dandy little thing that I always keep mine. In fact, I didn't put them in my ear, but when I do, I keep it because I don't want to give anyone else a used one, obviously. I used this on my vacation on the plane. There's a crying baby, and I said, that's it. Don't want to hear the baby. Boop. So put them back in their case, throw them in your backpack. My favorite thing in the world is not the silly saying on here because it says you're a superstar for the STAR test. I mean, that's true. But the big thing is this eraser right here that has the smiley face in it. Even when you erase, the smiley
It's
face is still
still
there.
Yeah.
And this is what it's saying the whole test. Do good. We love you.
Mhm.
That's what it's saying. So when you think I am about to die,
Look at it.
I do not know anything, you're going to go, you got this. Do good. We love you. That's what that's signifying. I like the ones that are a little growly. Some of them are kind of like, do good. They're kind of aggressive, but they're love you pens. So
They do.
use these pencils. Still me?
Yep.
Okay. You can check your
Last one.
name and room on the testing posters. When they go up, take a picture with your iPad, your handy dandy iPad,
Yes.
your phone, so you remember. Do not wait to the day of the test. If you haven't passed English in the past, you're taking this test.
Yes.
Don't go to the poster and go, oh look, Pam Flores in there. I guess I don't have to take it.
Look at me. I got a free pass. No, you did not.
We are human beings, and every once in a while we make a mistake. So you need to ask. Come see us. Don't wait till the day of the test.
Right. And then here's the other thing. What if I pass the test and I see my name up there?
You still need to clear it.
Go tell somebody. Because they're going to come get you out of class and the whole nine. Just tell us. Hey, you got my name up there. I passed that last year. I'm
You
like,
can email.
oh my gosh.
You can see Miss Jones and I out at the bistro, whatever.
This is your
Oh gosh.
Sorry.
I'm sorry that you're about to cry.
0.
There will be no block lunch during
Yeah.
testing. You know, I did have a junior go, do you know we get block lunch at Maine during testing? I said, good for
Good
y'all.
for you.
I mean, I'm proud of you.
Guess what?
You also don't get lunch in your room so that you can take a mental
You
break.
don't get pencils.
You don't get
You
pencils.
don't get this.
In fact, she asked me for some, and I said, no, you have block lunch.
Yeah.
Because you're bragging about it. We focus on testing during testing. I expect you to act right, and I expect the halls to be good for the kids. So no block lunch. It's just out
And
of
then
love.
we take one little test on it. Let's be honest. Come on.
One little test. with
We
junior
take
year.
4 over here.
We're serious.
Seriously.
They only have one little test to take.
So here's me. On the day of testing. Y'all know this, but we're going to go over it. You're going to get here on time. We're going to start by 8:45. We're going to be done with attendance and everything. We're going to have 2.5 hours of testing, 30 minutes of lunch, 2.5 hours of testing. Okay? Because it's English, you get 5 hours. The other ones you get 4, but English you get 5. So 2.5, lunch, 2.5. Okay? What's going to happen for lunch? You know what you're going to get. Now they kind of kick lunch up. Sometimes y'all get a hot lunch. You get some tater tots. I'm like, take the tater tots.
They do not
They
get
do
tater tots.
Yes, they do. It's pretty cool. I thought you used to just get sandwich and some chips. Now I'm telling you to get tater tots. You get vegetables.
But whatever you get, you get.
You get.
You don't get to choose the other
You
sandwich.
can't choose the
Or
milk.
could I
you
have
can't
your
do any of
milk?
that.
If you get chocolate milk, hey, good for you.
Yeah.
If you get white, good for
Good
you. Whatever kind of milk you get is the
That's
milk.
what you get.
You can bring Gatorade. You can bring a drink if you want to. There's no Cokes. There's no Monster drinks.
No Monster drinks.
No Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
We don't need anything to hype you up.
Your parents can't bring you lunch either. Okay?
And you can't go heat anything.
Yeah, there's none of that.
So if you bring it in a bag, put a little ice packet in there. You're good to
You gotta
go.
be ready. Okay? And then when you give money to the lunch people, if you give them a $20 bill, they're gonna put the rest of the money on your account. There's no change coming back. We don't count change down there. They just stick it on your account with your ID. So give them a 50 if you want to. You'll have $50 on your lunch. Okay?
I would love to have time to do that. But, you know,
We
we're
don't have
testing.
time.
We don't have time.
So we're gonna provide you. We talked about, there's bottles of water in the hall. There's not one for everybody, but for
If you're
emergencies.
choking,
Yes, emergencies. Like I drank all my water because my throat is parched and now I don't have any more, and whatever the case may be, you're gonna do that, okay? And then we talked about all your other things you got: your earplugs, your star pencil. You can bring your own lunch, okay?
you know why most schools don't do lunch in the room? Because they don't want to mess with it.
That's true. That's a lot of work to do. Y'all have no idea.
You
what
have no
happens
idea.
to get those lunches right.
So we really do that to help you and to let you rest and let you clear your mind. It gives you time to think about what's coming up. And
No
what
traumas involved with getting down there because you see somebody you just broke up with. Too much.
So that's why,
So,
because we love you is why we
yes.
do that, not to punish you or
Exactly. And then your testing accommodations, we talked about all those, you know. That and your overlays here and your index cards and all those things.
I love you.
No.
Do good.
You got this. Now the other thing is, listen, if you need to sit a certain place, just ask your teacher very respectfully. Say, you know, this is one thing that works for me. I really need to kind of be sitting there facing the wall where I can't see everybody because it'll be distracting for me. Just ask your teacher. They'll do it, okay? Don't go up there and say, Miss Flores said I can sit. Okay, rude, no rude. Just go up there and be nice and respectful. Say, is it okay if I do this? And they'll say, fine, okay?
I want you to feel like this day is about you because it is, but I always want you to be polite about it. But we did have this one time. We just saw this teacher's now retired from delay, but we just saw her. One time she was opening her drawer, and she did it like 3
Organizing her
times. She was organizing, doing things. If the teachers need to be, they know to be quiet. They know to, everything they need to do is about you.
Right.
But let's say I'm your teacher, and I'm doing something. I have a magazine, I'm going like this.
You're driving me crazy.
And it's driving you crazy, testing. It is okay to say, Ms. Flores, would you please be quieter with the magazine because I can't concentrate. Speak up if your drawer,
Yes.
but you do have earplugs, which is a little different. So speak up if there is something going on.
We
You
want
need
you
to
to do
sit
that.
toward the wall or whatever.
So do that. Okay, here's your test information. Now, the English people, you've already seen their video. They told you all this stuff, so I'm just going to kind of recap it. Because the difference is the fall testers were on phase 1. Spring testers, you're now on phase 2. So there's a different number of questions to get right. So don't ask your friend who took English last time. How many you need? That won't work. Okay? English 1, you're going to need 53. English 2, 55. That's just the way it works. Last time it was 51 and 52. Now it's 53 and 55. Because we're on a new phase. We're going to keep doing these phases going up. Okay? So keep that in mind, all right, when you're doing that. Your testing strategies. I want you to make sure that you do your strategies. One of them is tallying. If I got it right, I put a check mark. I'm a check marker. If I got it wrong or I don't want to read it, it's frustrating, it's too much, I don't know what they're talking about, I just put an X. I'll deal with you later. If it's something I'm unsure about, I put a question mark. Some people put smiley face, frowny face, whatever you want to do. Just to do that, okay, however you need to do it. And then we talk about 3 passes. For English, it's kind of weird to do 3 passes because you got to read all these long passages. But your English teachers have taught you. Y'all got the 4 squares and you got the SAQ thing and y'all got all these strategies. English people have already talked about that, okay? But make sure you're highlighting, deconstruct your questions, use your visual, use all your resources. God almighty, use your dictionary, okay? Eliminate answer choices. You got all that, all right? Ms. Flores has talked about being mindful of distracting noises. You can't talk during the test at all, okay? Drink water. And then this is what we always talk about. Think of your happy place. I just left my happy place. I was at home with my mother for a whole week. It was amazing for spring break. Whatever your happy place is, when that test gets you frustrated, take a break for a second, stop, and I think, right now, my mother is watching Matlock. I would be there with her. We'd be watching Matlock together, even though we've seen it 5 times. And we still act like we have never seen it before. That's my happy place. Then I come back, ready. Matlock has solved the case, I'm ready to go. Okay? So whatever your happy
yours
place
is, maybe
your
it's
happy
with your
place
cousin.
is, I remember.
I
On the
was
sand.
on the sand, my toes in
Toes
the
in
sand.
sand.
That's
On the
when I
beach.
get frustrated, that's what I think about. So whatever yours is, but have a plan for dealing with stress.
Yes.
But what you can't do is let a question trip you up. And that's why we kind of talk about going back and keeping marks of how many, because you have to get so many questions to pass. As long as you kind of know you're around that number. I mean, I knew when I took my superintendent's test, I could not miss more than 16. I knew by my tallies, so I was good.
Yes.
I mean, even the 8 I guessed on, I knew I was good. So that's why you do that.
Yes. And then bubbling and writing. This is back to that time management. Okay? If you're a person who bubbles last, that's what you do. I'm okay with that. For some people, that
Meaning
works
you
for
do
them.
the whole test
I'm
and
gonna
then
do
you
all
go
my
back and
multiple
bubble.
choice, and then I'm gonna bubble at the end. Okay? Make sure you leave enough time. The teacher's gonna have the time on the board. Make sure you're looking, because within 30 minutes, you need to be bubbling. But you're taking English. Are you done with your writing? You can't wait till the last 30 minutes to bubble and then think you're going to be able to write that whole essay. Phew. That's frustrating because the teacher's going to be saying 15 minutes. You're like, oh my gosh. Then she's going to say 10. You're going to be like, oh. And you get more and more frustrated each time. So however you want to do it. Some people write first. Some people write last. Y'all know whatever your system is. But manage your time. Think, I have 5 hours. How much time am I going to spend on essay? How much time am I going to spend on short answers? How much time am I going to spend on multiple choice? English people have told y'all how to do that. So work within that system, okay? But make sure by the time they call that 30-minute, you should have most of your work done and you should be doing the checking at that 30-minute mark. I'm just checking now. I've written, I've bubbled, I'm now just checking, okay? So keep that in mind. Use your test-taking skills. It's something that people have told you in English. Make sure y'all do that, okay? Keep your earplugs, watch your time. When it's over, it's over. No.
And if you're sick, this is important.
Oh, this is good.
Let's say I get here and then I get food poisoning.
Well, that migraine starts right after you get here. Ooh, that's happened.
It has, and I get migraines, and you know when it's bad. Like, you know when it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
You need to ask to see someone before the test.
Before you break that seal.
Don't break the seal. Now, again, if I'm a 10th grader, I probably would just push through. And if I can't finish, then I just can't finish, but at least I tried.
Start.
But for the first one, at least you could take another time.
Yes.
Most importantly, do your best.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're going to work hard, you're going to do great, do every strategy, fight for every question.
Yes.
I would rather you get every question right than not pass by one question because you gave up. You know, they say for each 15 more minutes you work, you get 2 more answers right.
Some of you guys have heard me say that when you came in and talked about, when we talked about getting our tests back. I'm like, you were off by one question.
It kills me when I find out a kid turned their test in before lunch and they missed by one question.
Mhm.
Like, I want to poke my eye out because it's so frustrating they didn't just take some time. So, you could read a book afterwards or you could sleep. You could bring a pillow if you want. You really don't need backpacks. I just bring pencils and erasers, but whatever you want. No talking even if everyone's done because the next room might not be done. So we will tell you when you can talk. And you can't go in your backpack.
No.
You can't ever go in your backpack.
That's why there's no need to bring it.
Don't get your phone out. You can't do it until
Because they make you get your books out of your backpack when you put your backpacks up.
Yeah.
They're already out.
not at lunch. You do not ever go back and get your phone. Do we take up the phones or?
They have a system. Each teacher can choose. They either take them out or they label them and put them in their
Okay.
backpacks. If the backpacks are over there somewhere, they turn them off. So each teacher can choose.
And please turn it off, not on vibrate, because that room's going to be silent and you can hear every little vibration.
And some we've had kids that say my phone won't turn off, and we just take them and we take them out of the room. We label them, we bring them, we put them in the bottle, and then we give them back. We've done that before.
Oh, you're right, because
We've had-
alarms have gone off
Yeah,
and
we've
things.
had a
So
couple of kids that I can't turn it off.
it's really not fair to others to have that alarm blow their electricity,
There you
blow their train of thought. So,
go.
so you're gonna check the posters.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be on your best behavior so we can concentrate on testers. No block lines. You're gonna check the charts.
Non-testers, don't forget them. Yes, non-testers.
Non-testers, if you could just be on your best. Y'all are gonna be moving rooms also.
Yes. So check
And
the
you
posters.
need to check the posters. Your teachers will talk to you about that. Please don't wait till the last minute. We always do such a good job, but the last minute is for testers. I don't need Miss Jones not have looked at all where Mr. Roper's class is relocated to.
Yes.
She's not testing, but now I'm dealing with Miss Jones when really I should be working with a tester that has an issue, because there will be some.
Yes.
So, that's sick or whatever. So could you do your part if you're not testing? To really be good at lunch, pick up your trash, be quieter in the halls. Not quiet, but quieter. And then just have a good day. So it's going to be great. So Tuesday, English 1. Wednesday, English 1 makeup. Thursday will be
English too.
English 2. And then we have a half day Friday, and we're going to have an assembly second period and do Fantastic Farmers. So more to come on that.
Okay, great.
Good luck. We're very proud of you. Do your
We love
best.
Bye, farmers.
Love you a lot.